Good day, everyone. I'm Engine Cadet Bernaldez from Bachelor of Science in Marine Engineering, second year, Bravo Company, and today I will discuss the application of the UNCLOS to the maritime claims in the South China Sea. South China Sea is a complex and highly continuous issue. While all claimants are parties to UNCLOS, their interpretation and application of its provision differ significantly, leading to ongoing disputes. The core of the disputes, the central conflict revolves around the interpretation of UNCLOS articles concerning maritime zones, territorial seas. Article number 3. Claimants assert sovereignty over their territorial waters exceeding 12 nautical miles from their coastlines. Disputes arise over the baseline from which distance is measured, particularly concerning islands and features. Some claimants claims extensive territorial seas based on the interpretation of what constitutes an island under UNCLOS. The Exclusive Economic Zone, Article 57. UNCLOS grants coastal state sovereign rights over resources within their exclusive economic zone, extending up to 200 nautical miles from their baseline. The overlapping exclusive economic zone claims in the South China Sea are a major source of conflict. Claimants often justify their expansive claims by invoking historical rights or interpretation of UNCLOS that are not universally accepted. Continental shelves. Article 76. Coastal states have rights to explore and exploit the resources of the continental shelves, which extend beyond 200-mile exclusive economic zone limit in certain circumstances. The delineation of continental shelves in the South China Sea is another area of significant contention. Conflict, interpretation, and claims. China's nine-dash line claim encompassing a vast area of the South China Sea is not based on UNCLOS provision but on historical rights. This claims is widely rejected by other claimants and international tribunals. The 2016 South China Sea abbreviation, Philippines and China, ruled nine-dash line invalid under UNCLOS. Other claimants, Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan, also have overlapping claims based on their interpretation of UNCLOS and historical rights. These claims often conflict with each other and with China's expansive claim, rule of UNCLOS, a foundation for amicably setting maritime conflicts to negotiation, mediation, arbitration, and judicial settlement is provided by UNCLOS. Nonetheless, some claimants' non-compliance, especially China's disdain for the 2016 arbitration decision compromises. Nonetheless, some claimants' non-compliance, especially China's disdain for the 2016 arbitration decision compromise UNCLOS' ability to settle South China Sea issues, challenges, and future prospects. Lack of enforcement, the absence of a strong international mechanism to enforce UNCLOS ruling weakens its authority in resolving the South China Sea disputes. Geopolitical factors, the South China Sea's strategic importance, and the involvement of major power complicate the application of UNCLOS. Need for a dialogue and cooperation. Despite the challenges, continued dialogue and cooperation among the claimants are crucial to finding a peaceful and legally sound resolution based on the principle of UNCLOS. Despite the fact that UNCLOS offers a legal structure for settling maritime disputes, its implementation in the South China Sea is nevertheless difficult because of divergent interpretations. a lack of enforcement, and complex geopolitics, all claimants must pledge to uphold UNCLOS standards and participate in sincere discussion in order to achieve a long-term resolution.